What's up? Decided I would take a moment and just talk about some of the challenges of entrepreneurship and why I'm very, very big on self-care. My new program for executives is really centered around three pillars: physical wellness, mental wellness, and leadership. While I know many people feel really good about where they are in different areas, the reality is that old saying, it's lonely at the top. I think it's lonely if you don't bring people with you, but at the same time, isolation is real. I'm beginning to understand some of my mentors when they would, take that alone time, why they would buy expensive toys or take elaborate vacations because they just needed to get away and recharge. One of the things I've been learning on this journey is that it's not easy, man. I mean, I'm not saying I expected it to be easy, but it's work. And the mental fortitude that it takes, that alone, the number of conversations I've had with God, the universe, nature about where am I? Am I in alignment? Looking around, wondering why this thing is working or that thing's not working, or how long is this journey, right? Signing up for the journey isn't the problem. Staying on the journey, not knowing when your payday is coming, the big payday. I mean, you make money along the way, hopefully, if you're doing it right. But the big payday, the reason you got in it, it is not, it's not for the faint-hearted. And I'm not here boo-hooing. I'm just saying that it is something that we as entrepreneurs need to discuss more. I hope it's not too loud. We as entrepreneurs need to discuss more and be more vulnerable about with the people in our life who are looking after us, taking care of us, that's trying to help us on this journey. I think that mental wellness, not as a buzzword, but as you've really got to have it together. And so the work hard, play hard philosophy is a big deal. Some of the things that I do to help me in my mental fortitude is I had to learn what it means to be vulnerable. I had to really open up to my community about my struggles. And speaking of community, if you don't have one, I don't know how you're doing it, because sometimes it's just my kids who have kept me encouraged, who's kept me focused and brought balance back to me when I was thinking about quitting and walking away, because there would be days I don't even know, not how I got out of the bed. It wasn't that bad. Just, do I keep going down this lane? And I'm so invested. I tend to try to move with purpose. If it's a purpose thing in me, then I'm going after it. And now that it's purpose, something that's derived from the inside, you can't distract me because I'm locked in. But when I'm locked in, it's balls to the wall. It's everything, right? And I'm cool with that, but it's on those days where you're wondering, can you choose the next step, or is the next step subject to something else transpiring in your life? I remember having a conversation with my son about this. He's like, Pop, what gives you the comfortability, paraphrased, to be able to say this is going to happen and that's going to happen, but you don't have 100% certainty that it's going to? Do any of us have 100% certainty? I mean, I know for those of you you receive a regular check, I guess there's a level of predictable certainty that feels like it, but guaranteed not so much. The odds tend to be better, of course, over the longevity of life, that consistency piece. But for me, I wake up every day in belief, in faith, in vision about what's to come. And trust me, I don't think I'm making this up out of the blue, I'm just gonna do this tomorrow. No, it's not like that. Like it's literally calculated to the degree that I'm able to project with a rough expectation given the work that I put in. But I've also learned through the book, The Psychology of Money, being an optimist, which is good and healthy, it still has triggers. One of the things I recently learned is that while being an optimist is great, having checkpoints along the way can help bring balance, right? So you need enough optimism, but at the same time, enough check balances to help you. And all I'm trying to say is, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's wild, but I'm on a journey. And I want to encourage you to really work on your mental wellness. Do not be out here by yourself. Find a small community who believes in you, who knows what you're up to, and can support you. Because the rest of the world is looking at you like you're crazy, but that's what drove innovation. That's what drives leaders. Stepping outside the lanes, stepping outside of the lines of coloring, and beginning to create their own path. But in doing that, you still got to have a support. So some of the practical things I do, as I talked about, vulnerability with the people that are my family and my friends and my loved ones. Another thing that I do is, I don't do this enough. I used to when I ran marathons. I need to get out in nature more and really take in how nature's ever evolving. I remember when I used to run ultras and train for ultras, like every day the sunrise would be different, but that stimulated the pliability necessary to be an entrepreneur. I remember just finding peace, meditation with uncertainty. And I think to our core, all of us have a level of certainty that we need, but as an entrepreneur, you cannot live with certainty. That doesn't mean you live risk every day, but you have to be willing to take those risks. It is a nonstop thing. And learning to meditate and breathe. Chi Running, CHI Running, was a book that helped me with learning to breathe. Helped me slow down, find that balance and calmness within myself while on the rat race. So as I'm sitting outside today, that's what inspired this video. Remembering the necessity to get in nature and how good it feels when I do. Another thing that I do with mental wellness is I listen. I learn to listen to my peers who are winning, and I just listen to their stories. Hearing their stories, I use as fuel to stimulate my mind, my brain, and keep me encouraged to not let up, to keep digging in. It's been fun. A couple of my brothers are doing real good, like really good. I'm so proud of them. They keep me encouraged on my journey. And what's funny is, by being in community and vulnerability that way, they also will give back to you what they're learning from you. I'm often applauded by my guys about my pursuit, my relentless pursuit. And I'm like, am I going crazy on the inside? I've been in the mirror many days asking, what the hell are you doing? But conviction drives me. So while I'm on this road looking to the other side, I stay excited. But then I have days that I am not. And I think what I'm gonna do on those days that I'm not is I'm gonna start, on those days, I'm just gonna stop and start hitting back into nature instead of trying to force, right? Because part of being an entrepreneur is the responsibility to know, hey, you don't just take a day off. It doesn't work like that. You work 7 days a week and you steal time to try and be in rhythm with your body, but you never take time just because. At least I don't. I want to be accountable that my time is well spent to the people that are relying on me, to the community and the people I'm supposed to take care of and I have responsibility to. But that's what I'm up to. Last but not least, without going into great detail, I'll save it for another video. I'm glad I'm still in the wellness arena, because that is really another baseline thing that's helped really shift a lot of the foundation to keep my hormones balanced while I'm walking through this to help that pursuit. So anyway, what do you do? What are some of the mental things that you do on your journey, whether you're an entrepreneur or not? You're still crafting your life. What are your takeaways? What are your getaways? What are your hacks? I'm asking because I'm an entrepreneur out here. I'm a person, I'm a human, just like you, choosing and creating my own path. Peace.